Hello, EDL 602 students. We have made it to week 3 of our class. So I wanted to give some important updates. I want to start by speaking to you about the grading that has gone on thus far. Many of your papers have been very good to read. I have enjoyed reading your summary and reflections, and the only thing I would like to add about them would be your in-text citation. We spoke about this before on our virtual class, so I want to go back and to state that as a reminder, whenever you're doing your domain assignments, you are paraphrasing information from the textbook. So you will need to cite the textbook for each paragraph. At the very end of that paragraph, you need to add an in-text citation to not get a little note from me in the comment section. But other than that, all of the papers have been very, very well written, and I've enjoyed reading them. Also, pay attention to your reference page. I did leave some notes on the reference pages due to small things like italicizing the title or leaving the publisher's name off. So those types of things are really easy fixes that you can make. I want to also go back and say, please pay attention to the rubric. If you read through the rubric, you will know exactly what I am going to grade you on. So pay attention to the rubric that's listed at the bottom of your Dropbox page. So let's get into the meat of module 3, week 3. One thing that is added here, just to remind you guys, I have 3 different courses for just this one class. So when you're emailing me, please make sure you tell me what section you're in, whether it's section 80E, 81E, or 82E. I need to know that information. That way I can go back if it's a question about a graded assignment, I can go in the correct section to look at what the grades are in the comments that I've made. So please be cognizant of that when you're sending me an email. Tell me what section you're in. Alrighty, so that's why that little bit of information is there. Instructor weekly video, it will be listed. So going into the assignments for this week, we are going to be looking at our reading of chapter 4, which is domain 4 in your textbook, as well as domain 5 in your textbook. So domain 4, community of care and collaboration, and core values for domain 5. However, our assignment that you will be working on and submitting will be videos. Now, your videos will be a video of culture and climate and then a Ron Clark video. And I'm going to say this because every trimester I have a student submit the Ron Clark video saying that he's the author. He is not. I need you to pay attention to who uploaded the video to YouTube. That will be the author that you cite in your YouTube video. And for directions on creating a reference for a video, please go to this link or this tab and open it up so that you get directions there. There's also another reference here for creating a video link. So when you're making the reference and in-text citations for the Ron Clark video, please remember the video is about Ron Clark. He is not the person who posted the YouTube video. Secondhand, okay? Now let's keep going. I'm going to click on the assignment and go through what the expectations are for this assignment. Now, you will cite on your reference page the video, but you'll also correlate that information to your textbook. So it will go alongside the culture and climate and the reading of chapter 5 of your textbook. So when you're watching the video, how do core values create the climate or perception of the school? So paragraph 1, you are going to clearly define and explain what culture is in the school setting, which it is outlined in chapter 5 of your textbook. and it will also be discussed in this YouTube video. Paragraph 2, the climate. In paragraph 2, you're going to clearly define and explain what climate is in the school setting. And again, it will be outlined in chapter 5 and, defined in detail, but it'll also be spoken about on the video. Then your paragraph 3 explains the significance of how core values impact and create the climate or perception of the school culture. And I'm going to say the same thing again. It is outlined in chapter 5 of your textbook. So please don't miss the information that is provided in the textbook where that you can supplement the information you're going to receive in the video. And as always, please use APA format as you're doing this assignment. You do need a cover page and a reference page, along with in-text citations that follow APA format. Now, I always constantly say to please reference your rubric because this is what I look at when I'm scoring. So the paragraph clearly explains culture, making sure we're doing those things. So paragraph 1 is on culture, paragraph 2 is on climate, paragraph 3 will explain the significance of how core values impact and create the climate or perception of the school culture, and making sure we read back through our paper for grammar, sentence structure, spelling, and APA format. So that's for the first assignment that you have in the first video. The second assignment is going to be the Ron Clark leadership video. So after viewing the Ron Clark video, you're going to think about the words of wisdom he shared, and you will write a reflection on how the video and give 3 things that stood out to you and how you can incorporate these words of wisdom as a new leader. So keep that in mind as you're going through what you're writing and making sure that you are aligning what you're writing to what is expected of you. So your introduction paragraph 1 is going to provide an overview of the 3 things that stood out to you. Paragraph 2 will be a brief overview of each of the 3 things or words of wisdom that stood out to you and why. Paragraph 3 is going to be your concluding paragraph, which is going to reflect on what you learned in watching the video. And it should answer the following questions. Was it new information? Did you find it interesting? And how will this information help prepare you as a future leader? Your reflection should be at least 1 page, but no more than a page and a half. That's the whole thing. When you're done with all 3 paragraphs, it should be no more than a page and a half. You should do professional writing, use correct grammar and sentence structure, and follow the APA format, including in-text citations and a reference page. Your rubric is here, so please pay close attention to the rubric to ensure that you are gaining the most points for each section. There is a link to show you how to reference a video right here. If you click on it, it'll take you to that information. And that's the information for creating a reference for a video. So be very conscious, cautious, aware of the expectations. Let's see, let me go back to week 3. As you're going through week 3, the expectation is those 2 assignments are due, but please be following up with your group as your group 1 data project is coming up on June 16th. So you do need to be having conversations with your group as you're preparing to move forward with that assignment. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know how to get to me via email. I also wanted to show one other thing. as we go through our little video of information. This is the last thing I wanted to share with you. When you hear me say, please see comments in the margin, within your paper, I've highlighted different things and I have put those where you can see my comments out to the side. So if you've been unaware of how to get to those, once you open up your paper, you will see the comments in the margins. So please make sure you're paying attention to what is in the margins as comments towards your paper so that you cannot make the same mistakes twice, I guess would be the best way to state that. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me via email. Inbox works, but I do check my email periodically throughout the day. I check Canvas periodically throughout the week. So I would tell you your best bet to get in contact with me swiftly would be via email. Thank you guys for working so hard. Have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you guys on our next virtual face-to-face Zoom meeting. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.